Hey guys, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm Marcella.
And we just finished watching the season 5 premiere of The 100.
Yes! So a lot happened in this episode. Mainly with Clark, actually.
Yes,
it was mostly Clark-centered, which we really loved. Yeah, I love how strong Clark is and how fearless, really, in this episode. So we're gonna go through everything that we thought about in the premiere.
The beginning takes place, well, at first we got really freaked out because we had heard, obviously, from WonderCon that the first, like, 20 or so minutes was Clark. But when it showed the rig, it was like, what? And then it went down. I really like that shot of, like, going from, like, the arc down into the ground.
All the filming was wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, sure. And then, we'll talk about that transition later on. But yes. I love the opening sequence of Clark 42 days after Premfaya and seeing her struggle. I feel like it's so important because it shows how selfless and how strong she is. Like, Clark is a warrior, and Eliza killed it this episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, she blew me away,
yeah,
and she
really
broke
did.
our hearts. Like, that was so hard to watch.
The scene when we saw her losing it and she was just screaming and she was so done. She saying that she lost everything, and oh man, that was really hard to watch for it. That was really hard to watch.
It was hard to watch, but seeing her come out of it was really rewarding.
Exactly.
And I thought the scene of her seeing the goggles and the letter from Monty to Jazz, like, that was so hard to watch, and that was really, really, really upsetting. But I like that they kind of threw that in of, like, Jasper. Like, we got 2 little mentions of him because he was such a big part of the show, and I love that they gave that to the fans. The scene with the bird. Oh my god, when Clark was in the desert and then with the bird came and she was screaming that she was
about
done
to kill herself.
Oh.
And oh wow, it was really hard to see Clark hit that point. But the bird essentially led her to Eden. Yeah. And that was it. That was a great moment when she found Eden. It was like the hope is back and all of that. So I really love that.
Yeah.
Maddie, when we first introduced to Maddie, she's like this little kid, and she was fierce. She was like, wow, and she like tackled Clark. I didn't expect her to be like that at first. I don't know why. I expected her to just be like really sweet at first, but I love that. I love how that was really cool. Yeah, that was
she
really
reminded me of like somebody from like a little like horror movie or something.
Yeah,
like the shot,
especially when she was like
in the window. Oh my gosh. I really like that slow progression of the relationship because you have to remember, she's a little kid and she's scared. She's the only one alive, she thinks, and then she sees this woman who she doesn't know, and I think growing up in grounder culture, that's scary. And like,
exactly. I do like how Clark ended up drawing Maddie, and that's how she kind of got her to trust her, and then we see them 6 years later.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really nice. And I really liked having that parallel scene of like Clark saying like, oh, you want to teach me how to shoot? And then at the end, when it was 6 years later, Maddie went and they were like, she was cooking together, and it was just so different, and you really got to see that relationship shift. And I liked that. I liked having that. I really felt like we actually got to know the 2 of them, and even though we missed out on those 6 years, we still got to see and bond with that relationship. And I love that.
And we know how strong it is and how important it is, especially to Clark, because, you know, they only had each other, those 2. And they really just kept each other alive all that time.
Exactly. And I love seeing Clark as a mom. Like, she's a cool mom, but she's pretty strict, actually.
She is like, kind of strict. Well, you have to think that, like, she has to be, though, because there's so much at stake and there's so much danger in Clark's world. So, yeah, which we see at the end. Yeah. I like the scene, though, by the fire.
When she mentions Octavia.
By the fire, and she has the pictures, and you see the picture of Octavia. Oh my gosh.
That shows right there, though, how she was like, how could you not root for Octavia? Like, how could you not? Like, I think that whole scene really is going to show the importance of the Maddie and Octavia relationship that we're going to get. Because we have to remember, Maddie has heard stories of all these people. She looks at them as these heroes from a book. Like, these are heroes. They're
idolized to her.
These are these childhood stories that she grew up hearing for 6 years. And it's going to come to life for her. And I think that she's really gonna bond with Octavia. And I think it's gonna be a really interesting dynamic for Clark and Bellamy and everybody. And I'm so excited. I do think that we're gonna see more of, maybe like in the next few episodes, at some point we're gonna see the drawing of Bellamy. Like, it looked like in the book that she was showing, it was like Octavia and Bellamy on the next page, and then it like shifted, it like went over.
I know, I was like, I know it's there.
But when she was all like, what about them? And then it the transition, I love that transition.
Oh my gosh, the transition when it showed Bellamy, like literally Clark looking up to the sky at Bellamy looking down at the window to Eden, Clark.
And he doesn't even know that Clark is there.
That he's watching over Clark. He thinks that he's just looking at this like land, this Eden.
That's some really annoying dramatic irony right there.
Oh god, it kills me.
It really kills me. I love that scene though, because you know, I think he was thinking of Clark, because I think that's what that transition showed. I think that he was definitely thinking of all. I think maybe not Clark specifically, but I think he was thinking of all that transpired during Primfire. I think that's what that
I mean,
was,
he's thinking of he wants to get down to the ground.
He wants to get down.
He wants to get to Eden.
Yes.
To Clark!
He wants to get to Clark, and he's gonna be so shook when he finds out she's alive.
Murphy. Oh my gosh, Murphy and Amori are no longer together. They essentially really don't like each other.
Like each other. They cannot even be in the same room with each other.
The scene with Murphy and Bellamy. Oh my gosh. And Bellamy literally like attacking Murphy, like trying to get him to see, like he literally like telling him like you're not worthless. And I just love that so much. I really do. And yeah, it's really sad to see that Murphy has like isolated himself from our group. And I'm not surprised though that him and Amori aren't a thing.
No, it's been a long time. And Monty and Harper
it's been a long time, and obviously dynamics have shifted and all of that.
Exactly. And I really like how close Amori is though with Raven. I think that's really nice. That's a really cool friendship. And I like that Amori has been like using like technology and stuff with Raven. I think that's really cool. And they're roommates and I love the Mervyn scene that we quickly got at the end. We're pretty much here for Mervyn, honestly.
So here for Mervyn.
Yeah, like we're so here for Mervyn. Bellamy this episode. Okay, Bellamy was, I like how he was thinking. I like how he was thinking a lot with his head. Okay.
But you would think if he was thinking with his head,
he wouldn't
do certain things. This is what it comes down to. I know that everybody, including us, is really pissed about that scene with Becco. But it's okay, because the reason why it's a good thing, if you're looking at it in like
a writing perspective,
yes, it's going to propel Blark. Obviously, he's not going to make Bellamy and Echo get together off screen. Not going to show it. Going to show this one scene, like. I've
been tweeting this like consistently because we had a feeling we knew this was coming. So listen,
honestly, I don't know if this was like to shock all of us at the end.
Shock factor, and it was also because, listen.
Think about this, guys. Literally, Bellamy said in that scene, nothing's going to change. Jason tweets, he didn't tweet, he said it in an interview. He said in an interview, when they get to the ground, everything changes.
He didn't know. It's not Bellamy's fault, okay?
Yeah, no, honestly, like, it's this obstacle now that we have to get around, but in the end, it's going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Bellamy and Clark are endgame. They would not make a couple they would not make a couple get together off screen that is meant to be endgame. And the endgame, listen, our endgame is gonna be really nice, and it's gonna be worth all the pain that we just went through.
Exactly.
They wouldn't make an endgame couple get together off screen. That's poor writing. And
I'm not worried.
And they know, like from a writing perspective, they know the audience hates Echo. She betrayed them. She killed Gina. She almost killed Octavia. She almost killed Clark. Like, nobody likes her.
And she knows that.
And she knows it. And
she knows that when she gets to the ground.
I do like that they had her realize that, because it's true. And I think that whole thing was like, I try to kill your sister. Like, yeah, that's kind of like the elephant in the room for an audience. Like, we know that. And so I think that it's going to redeem her character. I think Blark is going to be what they're going to use to redeem her character, because I think she's going to step the fuck away when she sees Blark reunite. And
yeah,
listen, we have good things coming. It's just the premiere.
Good things coming. We're going to get the Blark reunion. They're going to look at each other, and it's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be
great. It's going to
be incredible.
We need to get through this. It'll be okay. It's going to be fine. Keep the faith. We are very hopeful in Blark. We have really great things coming, guys. The reunion is going to be amazing. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be fantastic.
So whatever happened in space is gonna stay in space. When they come down to the ground,
everything is gonna change.
Everything's different.
It foreshadows it. Like, he's like, oh, nothing's gonna change. Like, they gave him that line for a reason, because everything is going to change. And he didn't know Clark was alive. He didn't know.
But we are. It's going to cause some turbulence for Blarg. It is.
It's gonna cause us some angst.
But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The ending, okay, guys?
The ending. Bob said the ending.
We cannot all fall apart at this point. Please don't stop watching the show, guys. Like,
no, don't stop.
Get so upset where you're gonna stop watching completely, because first of all, there's so much more to the show, and
friendships. There really
exactly.
is. There's so many people's jobs on the line. Like, no.
Yeah, like people who get really immature and start trying to get the show canceled. Like, please just don't do that. Like, you don't even realize what you're trying to do when you try to do that. And
exactly.
Just really we're gonna have to just go along with it, and we're in for the ride, and everything's gonna be fine.
The reason that they're gonna do it's a love triangle now, and Bellamy and Clark, like, obviously they have romantic like feelings if this is going to be an issue. That's the only reason why this could be put in. Like, it's shock value, and it's really good drama.
It's to create drama. It's to create conflict.
Drama. It's conflict.
That's what all of these...
It's a show.
He's creating this conflict and these roadblocks, and it's very frustrating for all of us.
Don't worry, we don't approve of this, but we're looking on the positive side of it, because at this point we have to be positive.
We have to be positive, because I feel like everybody right now is going to be freaking out, and we're trying to stay positive. I mean, listen, I'm gonna go finish that bottle of wine. I'm gonna cry,
and we'll be okay.
But I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and it's a new day, and we're gonna get together.
And we're another day closer to Bellamy finding out Clark's alive. Once he finds out, God, everything's gonna change, and it's gonna be wonderful.
It's gonna be great. Don't worry. Just stay here.
Sit tight. Sit tight. Get some alcohol if you're over 21.
Only if you're over 21.
Only
we
if
don't
you're over
that
21.
For underage kids.
Only if you're over 21.
Get some tissues, because we have tissues for this. I think, do we have anything else we want to mention?
Oh, I love the parallel of Clark putting Maddie under the floor.
Yes, I
love that little callback to Bellamy and Octavia, and I love that. I love the line, "There are no good guys." And by the way, up in space, we got Bellamy saying there are no heroes to Murphy.
Yes.
I love my breadcrumbs. Oh, we also got another parallel. The scene when they when Clark first goes to Eden, and she walks into the place, and it's like the massacre. You see like the dead bodies and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was a Mount Weather.
Mount Weather, yeah. I really like that shot of like seeing, like, you know,
poor Clark has seen so much death. She really has.
I know, but she's
so honestly
strong.
one of the strongest characters I know. And
she really is, and it's very inspiring.
She's a very well written character, Clark. She really is.
Yeah, honestly, this whole episode really made me love her even more, which I didn't think was possible.
Exactly.
But this one, it was just seeing her strength was very inspiring, and I think that like, she's gonna be okay. Whatever happens is gonna be okay, because now she's with Allegis, so she's gonna get out of that.
Allegis people are pretty brutal. I mean, we didn't get too much of their brutality in this episode. I think that's gonna come probably later on in the season, obviously.
Oh, we know that one guy, McCreary's a mass murderer, and he's insane.
Yeah, well, we know that he's gonna be bad, because I think Eliza had something about him in an interview.
Yeah, right now, I feel like they've only really shown that Charmaine, the main girl, is gonna be really bad, but it seems like he's gonna be awful as well.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna be bad, and we saw that when the one guy was going to kill Maddie, and the other guy was like a little kid.
The other guy was like, it's just a kid.
Yeah. But Clark knew that she can't take any chances. She had to kill that other guy.
She's learned.
Yeah, but that was a really intense scene when she's running towards Maddie. Like, oh geez.
Great. I really loved having like the shots of like what was going on up in space, and then like the transition of what was going down, like where we left it in the finale. Yeah. I loved having that like excitement. It was like, oh my gosh, that's what was going on up in space. Like, it was really cool, and I'm excited to see the bunker next week. And
yeah, I'm excited to see Octavia. I know the bunker's gonna be terrifying.
It's gonna be terrifying. So yeah, let us know what you guys thought about the premiere of season 5 down in the comments below. We would love to talk about it with you.
Yeah, we'll talk it out, and
we're only gonna get through this, guys, together.
And if you enjoyed this review, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more reviews for the 100. We will probably be doing reviews all season long.
Yeah, definitely. And
just remember that on Saturday we will be going live with our good friends Ellen Reactions, Lola Molina, and we are so excited to go live with them.
And yeah, so you could definitely stay tuned for that. It's gonna be probably around like afternoonish our time, probably around 4, 5, 3 our time.
We're
Eastern. We're still figuring it out. You just really keep notifications on Saturday. You'll see it obviously pop up. So
definitely check back on our Twitter for like the
real time. Yeah, we're still figuring it out and stuff.
There's a big time difference, so yeah.
You can also talk to us about it on Twitter and Snapchat. We are at City of the Fields.
Yes, we can talk it out. And if you ever need somebody to talk to and you feel like this is too much and you're freaking out, you can always talk to us and we will try to console you, even though we need to console ourselves, because
so we can help each other.
Yes, we have to help each other through this season, guys.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Yes, but thank you so much for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye.